Hello, I'm Nicole and welcome to my new FLOSSTUBE channel, Nicole Northgarden Stitches. Here we go. Hello you all, I hope you're doing well. For those of you who know me already, you're probably wondering, what on earth am I doing? Well, this is going to be my first FLOSSTUBE video, FLOSSTUBE number 1. This is where I'm going to talk all about my cross stitching. For many of you who don't know, I have been on YouTube for a while. I have a few other channels. My main channel is called Nicole Northgarden Thrifter. And on there, I take people thrifting and show them what I buy. Sorry, my chair's a little squeaky. And then I also have Nicole Northgarden Home and Garden, where I show home vlogs, family vlogs, and decorating videos and things about family and just lots of things about the home, recipes, kind of anything I want. I've done some DIYs on there, like candle making and things like that. I have actually shown some cross stitch on there. And then I do have a DIY channel, but that one's not super active. I think I've only posted like 2 videos on there this year. During the pandemic, I had a lot more time to do crafts, and so that's why I started that channel, but now I just don't have as much time. And with the free time that I do have, I would rather be stitching or junk journaling, which is my other hobby. I do not have a junk journal channel. I don't plan to start a junk journal channel. But I just don't have a lot of time to do crafts. I will probably put up like one Christmas video, but it's not a main focus of mine right now. But anyway, so you might be wondering why I decided to start another channel, but that's because of YouTube. And the way that YouTube works, having been on it for a while now, the way that videos are served up to audiences, basically if I put a cross stitch video on my home and garden channel or on my DIY channel, it's only going to go to my home and garden audience, which is largely a decorating audience, or on a DIY channel, it's going to go to like a crafty audience, which there is some overlap, but not a ton. So then what happens is, your videos never reach the audience that you really want to reach. Oops, sorry, I have puppies. And the audience that I want to reach is the FLOSSTUBE audience. So that's why I decided, forget it. I'm just going to start another channel, and it's not monetized. There's no pressure. Who cares about the algorithm? I'm going to put up a video or 2 each month and and show you my progress and things that I'm working on in the cross stitch world of mine. So that's why I decided to just kind of branch out and start this one, just so that it goes to the right audience. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. I have been married for 27, nope, that's wrong. Wow, let's start that part over. I have been married for 26 years. My hubby's name is Chris, and we have 4 children, and 2 dogs. And my kids are Maddie, she is 24, and Molly is 23. Gabriel is 21, and Hannah, our baby, is 18, and she just went off to college. But Molly came back. Molly works full time, and she lives with us now. So we lost them, they all went off, and then we got one back. So that's kind of nice, but it's in a completely different capacity. She's an adult now. And so it's a nice new chapter. But so that is our family. I have a list. If you see me looking, I'm looking at, this is a previous DIY, but I wrote for myself a list of all the things I want to cover in this video. I've been stitching for a long time, and I learned how to stitch, I might have tried it when I was a kid on like a printed cross stitch, like a printed counted cross stitch pattern. I can't remember, but for sure, my husband, his name is Chris, and his mom is Diana. She shows up occasionally on our home and garden channel and in our vlog. She lives in New Jersey. We live in Minnesota. So when she comes to visit, she shows up in the videos, and she is the one who really got me into cross stitching when I started dating Chris. So she had tons of cross stitch in her house and all the cross stitch magazines, and she's the one that got me started. It was with her that I first went to a stitchery store. Like I didn't even know those existed. I assume they exist in New Jersey, although I don't think I really went to one in New Jersey. The one I used to love to go to was called the Daisy Barrel, and that was near Kettering, Ohio. And so that she used to take me there because she's from Ohio. I should add that in. So we would go on family trips to Ohio, and I would go to the daisy barrel with her, and that was really fun. So you'll even see like on some of my old patterns, this one here that I just finished, it still says daisy barrel on the tag, because I'm still working through my stash from 20 years ago. We'll get to that. So she really started me on cross stitching, and I've done it off and on since. Like there's been lapses in, you know, my, like where I was really being productive with my stitching, but I've always had like projects going, and I kind of pick it up. I pick it up more in the winter time because I like to garden and because I like to do projects and things. So a lot of times during the summer months, like we get so little good weather here, so few months in Minnesota, it's really like it gets nice enough to garden like June 1st, and it's pretty much done by like really like end of August. You're done. You're cleaning out your garden in September. You might have some pumpkins to harvest, but really the gardening season is like June through August. So it's pretty short. So when it's here, I like to do that as much as I can. So stitching kind of takes a back seat in the summertime. When my kids were little, I used to stitch more, like if I would take them to the beach or I would take them to the pool. And if I, you know, and then I was sitting, obviously not when they were babies, but when they were a little older and could, you know, mind themselves, and I just had to keep an eye on them, I would sit and stitch. So that was when I used to get a lot done during the summer. And now I don't have those opportunities because they're all grown up. So yeah, so I don't stitch a ton during the summer, but definitely I always pick it up again in the fall and through the winter, which is long. Okay. Oh, the room that we're in. So you might think this is a quirky room. I'm a quirky gal. We are in what I call my vintage room. It's also my craft room. The desk I'm sitting at is where I do DIYs. I have my sewing machine right here. And the closet behind me is like a craft closet. And then over here behind the camera, I have another desk, and that's my junk journaling space. So, and then we also use this as a guest room. So there's a bed and a dresser and and the reason it's a vintage room is because I have a lot of my vintage collections in here. I have my Holly Hobby collection and Raggedy Ann and my vintage books and lots. I love vintage things. If you're seeing a theme, but you might be wondering what this is. This is my vintage dress form, and I've named her. Her name is Betty, after my mom. My mom passed away when I was 20, and so this is Betty, and I dress her for the season. So that's why I was like, I should explain that, because to someone who doesn't know, it's kind of funny looking. But yeah, so this is Betty, and that's just my fun little quirky thing I like to do. And then the wall, oops, I have two dogs. They're playing. Yes, it's gonna get loud. This wall behind me, I like to change the decor for the seasons. So usually you'll see some, you know, cute vintage finds there. I just found my tub of Christmas stuff for this wall, so I'll be putting that up soon. I love to drink coffee and tea. Right now I'm drinking tea because I have a very large bin of tea bags. Not large. Okay, that's wrong. It's not very large. Moderately large bin of tea bags that are like not labeled anymore. And so every day I just pull one out. I don't know what I'm drinking. I just know I like them all because it's all teas that I've bought before. But somehow during like an organization project, they all got combined without their labels, because they're the like Bigelow, I think is the brand, and they come without without little tags. So I don't know what any of them are. So currently I'm drinking, I think it's chamomile. It's probably chamomile, and with a green tea bag. So I like to drink tea. I like to drink coffee. I love mugs. That's something else to know about me. What is on here? Something from my craft desk. This was a new mug that I got. I did not thrift to this one. And I got it from Hobby Lobby because it looks just like my Penny. So I have two dogs. Penny, we adopted last year, and then and she's black and tan. We don't know. They're both mutts. And then Sherman, that's who you hear barking. And we adopted him. No, we adopted Penny 2 years ago, and we adopted Sherman last year. And actually, they're both about to turn the next age. So Penny is turning 2 this week, and Sherman will turn 1 this week. I mean, by the rescue's like best guess on their birthdays, they happen to have birthdays like within the same week. So that's kind of fun. Okay, I told you about the room. Let's talk about cross stitching. cross stitching. So one thing that's different about me is that I mostly stitch old, like things I've had for 20 years. Because when I was going and getting stuff with my mother-in-law, like I stocked up. And then I had, 4 children, and like, as I had another baby, with each baby I stitched less. And then so I wound up with this backlog of patterns that I never stitched, but that I really like. And so I'm kind of working through those now. When I was pregnant with Molly, my second child, she decided she was going to try to come early, and I got put on bed rest for 4 weeks. And during that 4 weeks, I stitched, I'll get the book. I still have it. Hold on one second. Okay. So while I was pregnant with Molly, this is back in the year 2000, I stitched through this magazine. What is the magazine? I don't even know anymore. Let's see. It's Christmas Ornaments 2000. I don't know which cross stitch magazine. Oh, just cross stitch. Christmas Ornaments 2000. And so I stitched a ton of these ornaments, and I'm still working on finishing them. I've finished several over the years, and I don't have a lot of them because I've given them away, and some of them are on the Christmas tree, but I do still have some that I'm hoping to finish, which I'll show you in a little bit. I'm going to show you some previous finishes and plans. And so that is, where was I going with that? So, I was doing a lot of stitching back then, and now I still have this magazine. There's some in here that I still might stitch. So all this to say that a lot of what I do is older things. I do occasionally buy a new pattern, and I have one to show you that I bought from Etsy, but I don't spend a lot of money on my cross stitch habit. So I just I work with stuff that I find as far as fabrics. I work with a lot of fabrics that I find either at garage sales, yard sales, thrift stores, the Goodwill outlet bins. That's another place I like to go. So sometimes if something's very particular, or if I want like a certain look, I'll go to my local stitchery store and I will buy fabric from them. But for the most part, I'm using things that I have already, working from my stash, and things that maybe are older than other FLOSSTUBE channels that you might see. So that's why I bring this up, because this is 23 years old now, and I'm still gonna stitch out of it because I haven't done all of them yet. So yeah, and as far as my style, I like, and I'll show you a lot of the things, but I do like a country look, I would say. I don't really do a lot of modern looking things. I don't do a lot of brightly colored things. I like things that look old. And I generally work with over-dyed floss for the most part. So most of the stitching that I do is 1x at a time. I just love the look of over-dyed floss, and I like the way it looks when it is variegated and, one shade leads into the next. So that's what I do mostly. And a lot of times, if the equivalents are not given in a pattern, like a DMC to an over-dyed equivalent, I'll just match from my stash. Yeah. So unless I'm really in love with something, I really want it to look the way the modeled one is, the one that's been stitched as a model looks, then for the most part, I'll kind of replace with things from my stash. So my stitching styles, old fashioned, antique-y looking, rustic, country, are the words that I would use to describe the types of patterns that I like. And then with finishes, same thing. I like country decor. I like gingham fabric. I like rickrack. I like, things that look roughed up. You'll see on the frame on the finish that I'm going to show you, just things that look, antiqued or distressed. So, and okay, so I'm going to share some previous finishes, not fully finished, but just finishes, just so you can kind of get an idea of what I like. So here, this is one of those ornaments I was talking about. And so this is, you can see it's from the year 2000. And forever, I'm not kidding you, it must be 15 years, I have had this wreath and I intend to do this with it. I just haven't done it yet, and I don't even know why. So this is the year, 23 years later, I am going to get this done because I really love it and I want it done so I can actually hang it on my Christmas tree. So that is one finish. This is another. So you can see it's just the rusticy. And this was also, so that one and this one and the next one I'll show you are all from that cross stitch magazine. that I did while I was on bed rest with my daughter, Molly. And then this one too. And this one had some beads too. I don't do a lot of beading, but you know, sometimes. Oh, that's Sherman. He's looking to play. It sounds like he's throwing his ball to himself. I think that's what's happening. Okay, so those are those. And then some more recent finishes. So this one, for example, I went and bought the fabric from the stitchery store. This was from Stitchville, USA. It is west of Minneapolis. There's not a lot of stitchery stores where I am. That is one of the main ones. So I buy a lot of stuff online, or I go to Hobby Lobby for if I need like DMC or whatever, which I do use sometimes. But you can see this is with the variegated floss. And this pattern, I don't have it in front of me, but there was like a little pattern for each of the seasons. And I think I'm gonna work through the seasons. I just haven't yet. But I really like the winter one. So this is gonna be a finish that I'm going to work on. I think I'm gonna make, I think what they had, it was like a little banner. Like it hangs on like a little black, looks like wrought iron hanger. I think that's what I'm going to do with it. I don't know. I haven't really decided yet. So that's a recent finish. This was an old start, but a recent finish. So we moved into this house that we live in now in 2017. And I started this in 2017 and just never finished it. So then I recently did, and it just says welcome home. So I did this to commemorate us buying this house that we live in. And then, okay, so those are like some previous finishes. Here's some previous fully finished objects. I don't have a lot of them because a lot of them I use in my holiday decor or like spring decor, and those are packed away. But here's one I had out for Thanksgiving. So you can see again, it's just that rustic style. And when I frame things, I like to, my mother-in-law taught me this, that to put like old paper on the back. This is like a bag from the Daisy Barrel, the stitchery store in Ohio that we used to go to, would give out bags that looked like this, and I saved them. I actually still have some. And so that's what I like to put on the backs of my patterns, of my finishes. I think that looks cool. So there's that one. And then these are two ornaments that I finished. I think I finished these in the spring. I stitched them and finished them in the spring. And I'm working on, you'll see when I show you my works in progress, I'm working on more of these ornaments. There's like, again, this is an old pattern, but there's like 6 or 8, I don't know, maybe more than that. There's a lot. So yeah, so those are 2. And then I have more that I'm going to do. I saw on, which channel was it? Oh boy, I can't remember, but they took little finishes like this and turned them into what looked like little snow globe ornaments. So cute. They did it live the other day. It was like last week. Really cute. So I think I'm going to do those too for some of the other ones that I'm stitching. So those are like previous finishes, just so you can kind of see, and you can see the variegated, you know, floss that I like to use. So that is the style that I like to do. Okay. Oh, and here's a recent finish. That was this is the most recent thing that I finished. And this is on lamb's wool linen. That's what this is called. So I thought that was really cute. And this is a really old, a pattern I've had forever. And it is called Holidays with Charm. And this was, I guess, November. And it came with the little charm, which is really cute. So this one is an acorn. And look, back in the day, it was only $4. What a bargain. Okay. Okay, so those are my finishes, my fully finished objects, a few of them that I showed you. That's not all of them, obviously. I have many, many more, but they're just not here. I just grabbed a few that I could easily get my hands on to film this video. Okay, works in progress. All right. So I am not, well, I'm mostly not a monogamous stitcher. I am though, sort of. I usually have a few projects started, but I tend to work on the same project for a while. And then if it's not that small and I get bored of it, then I set it to the side. But like with these, I'll work on these until I finish them because they're so tiny. So yeah, so I tend to work mostly, and you'll see on like Nicole Northgarden stitches, you can kind of see I'm working on the same thing usually for a while, and then it switches. So this is my cross stitch bag. I found this at a thrift store. Someone quilted it. Patchworked it. It was really cute. And then here is my system. I buy these from Amazon. I don't have fancy project bags because, again, I don't like to spend a lot of money on my hobby. But this is how, wow, that is a big string. I don't know what that's from. Okay, so this is how I keep my projects. And what is this one? What is this one? Oh, this is the Ornaments. Okay. Oh, where's the one I just finished? Oh dear, did I lose it? Ugh, I lost it. What is it? Oh my goodness gracious. I don't know. There's one missing. I just finished it. It's a sleigh. Well, maybe we'll find it in something else. But this is the one I'm working on. It's a reindeer. And I have a sleigh somewhere. I thought it was in here, but apparently not. But this is, I don't want to show you the pattern, but this is what the picture looks like. So this is Heart in Hand Needle Art, Winter Tiny Trimmings. And let's see, I think this was published, I feel like it was in 1998. Maybe not that old. Oh yeah, 1998. So that's what I'm working through. I've done, so that's the sleigh. I have that somewhere. I recently just finished it like last week. And that one and the reindeer are going to become those snow globe ornaments that I was telling you about. And I'm definitely doing this. I love this one, the little flake. And that's the reindeer I'm working on. I'm going to do the snowman. I don't know if I'll do Joy. I don't know if I'll do the angel. She's all right. I did the Santa, did the house, and I'm definitely going to do the tree. So I wish I could go back and like not have finished these, and then I would probably finish them all as tiny pillows and stick them in a bowl. I love when people do that. I've never done it. I think that would be really cute, but it's too late now. I'm not going to take them apart, and I don't know that I really want to stitch more of them, but that's the scoop. So maybe I'll get something else to finish in a bowl. And if I locate the sleigh while I'm here, I will show that to you. So that's one of my works in progress, is the reindeer. This one I barely got to start because it's not my favorite kind of project to work on, but again, let me close the book so you don't see the pattern. Ah, here we go. Here's a picture of this nest, because the decor in my bedroom, I have a lot of bird and nature things, and so I have a really old frame from like the early 1900s that I want to put this in. I think it'll look really pretty, which is why I started this, but it's a lot of confetti stitching where you're just doing 1X. It's not my favorite kind of stitching, and so I started it, and then I just haven't gone back to it, but I am going to. I really am going to. I'm going to do this at some point, but I'll show you what I have started. It's really not very much. So this is what I have started so far. And I always work in a hoop. I don't know. That's just what I do. Not for any reason. That's just what I've always done. I've thought about trying those snap frames, but I don't want to spend the money. I have lots of hoops, so, and it works just as well. So, so that's what I have done on that one so far. And, okay. And that one is DMC. I went with the called for colors. So, yeah, it's just all DMC. Okay. And then also a work in progress is this one. This is the newer one that I was telling you. I got this from Etsy. Let me see where the cover is. Do I still have a cover? Oh dear. Ah, here we go. This is the cover. Cross stitch pattern made with love, and it's from, I don't know what the lady's name was. I don't remember. I'm gonna be really honest. I have no idea. And let's see, I do have a picture, I think, of, well, seems like I only have the color pattern. I don't want to show that because there's like copyright issues. So I don't have a picture because it didn't really come with one. It just came with different versions of the pattern. But this is what I have done so far. So it's like very like few colors. I'll show you the colors. Let me get the colors out. There's not a lot of them. And I just thought it was really different. It's like, it's a winter pattern. Wow, I've got a big knot happening here. My colors are not organized for this project. Sorry, but here we go. Here, getting them all together. There we go. So these are the colors. Usually I'm a little better organized than this, but I'm not this time. That's okay. I usually undo them and wrap them and put a label on them, but I haven't had time. So anyway, so I just thought that was a very striking and different kind of palette, which is why I wanted to work on this pattern. So that's what I have done so far. I haven't been working on that. The one I've been working on of late, after I finished the ornaments, and that other ornament did not turn up. I'm really gonna need to locate it. It's gotta be here somewhere. It's gonna drive me crazy till I find it. But the thing I'm currently working on, and let me turn it inside out so you don't see the pattern. Sound like a broken record. Okay. Is this, and I'm totally going off. I'm not using called for colors. This was published in 1996. So the style of the colors, you know, and what's popular today is very different. So I'm going with like a more muted palette, and I've picked up this dot fabric that I think is just adorable. I got this at my needlework store, Stitchville, and I love it. So this is the trees here. That's what I started with. So I haven't gotten too far with it, but you can see I just chose similar but more muted colors. So yeah, I think those will be really cute. I'm pretty sure my mother-in-law gave this pattern to me, and I think she did the mittens. I vaguely remember something about her doing the mittens, which are really cute. I actually love the lamb one. I think that's adorable. But I really wanted to do this because it's called Swedish Mittens, and I live in Minnesota. I don't know if you're familiar, but a lot of the people here are Swedish and Norwegian, and that's kind of like the culture that influences the culture here. So I thought that was appropriate for Minnesota winter. Recently got readers. I know if you're 40 something, you know what I'm talking about. And I got a chain. This is how I cross stitch. Like that. So yes, I keep them in my cross stitch bag because then I always have them handy when I'm stitching. Okay, so those are my current works in progress, the things that I'm actively working on and I keep in my cross stitch bag. So when I go places and I take my cross stitching with me, those 4 projects go with me. And then I have, let's see, this one I started, but I'm really not actively working on it. It's a bead piece and it's cute, but you know, I don't love doing bead pieces. They're not my favorite thing. And I did it on the paper, which I kind of regret. I wish I had switched to fabric. And that's all that's in here, and that sleigh ornament is missing. I hope it didn't get thrown out. I'm sure it'll turn up. Okay, so, and then plans. So some of my plans, I showed you this, and I am going to finish this probably tonight, actually. And I just have this little Dollar Tree frame, and I think I'm just going to easy peasy do this and maybe put like a little bow in the corner. I'm keeping it very simple. I'm not even going to paint this. I like the finish. I actually asked my hubby, I was like, should I paint it or not? He's like, no, I kind of like the natural. I was like, I kind of like it too. It's like monotone, and then the design really pops, you know? So I think that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to use the background, this, so it has a little stand. So it actually can just stand. So I'll put it on a little piece of sticky board and put it in, put this behind it, and hopefully get that to fit. We'll see. I might have to cover it with paper. We'll see. So that I'm going to do. That is one of my plans. Other plans I have this little one, which I meant to do for the season and I missed it, but I'm going to do it anyway for next year. And then this I thought would be so cute on my tiered tray in my kitchen. I love like I live in the city, you know, I live in the city. I live essentially right outside Minneapolis. And so I don't have cows, but I love cows and farm animals. You'll see in one of my future plans what I'm doing. So I thought this would be real, and I have cow things, and I think maybe sheep things, maybe some pigs in my kitchen. So I'm going to do this to use on my tiered tray in my kitchen. I thought that would be cute. I found this at the Goodwill outlet bins, which if you're not familiar, that's where like everything from Goodwill that doesn't sell or that they just decide not to try to sell goes into these big blue bins in this big warehouse, and you pick through it and you buy stuff by the pound. Mine has gotten very expensive, so I actually don't go very often anymore, but I did pick that up and I probably paid under $1 for it because it's so light. So that is a future plan. Oops, I dropped something. Hold on a second. Okay. And then this is another future plan. This I got from my local needlework store. They were giving them away. And so I got that. And I have a barn art wall right outside this door in the hallway is all barn art. Again, I love barns. I live in the city, but I love barns. And so I'm going to make this and put it on my barn art wall. So that's another plan. And then just today when I was thrifting, I was down in St. Peter, Minnesota and Mankato, Minnesota thrifting. And I got 3 cross-stitch books. I'm super excited about these, and I will show you what I'm doing from each of them. So this one is just cross-stitch 1988. First of all, I love this, and this pattern is in there. I'm going to do this. This is a biggie. So I'm planning to do that, though. I'm also planning to do this sampler. I've always wanted to do some samplers. I've only ever done one, and it's one that I designed myself. And the colors are like totally 90s colors. I don't have it out anywhere. I don't love it, but I'm going to do these and have it updated. I think I might do this one on green. I think that's really striking. Either green or blue. I like the green. It's cool. It's different. I'm sure I can get something equivalent. Probably can't still get the fabric that's called for because it's been a little while, but I think I could probably get something close. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this one. And I'm going to do this one. It's like a lighthouse. It's gorgeous. It's based on an oil painting. Let's see if I can find the page because you can see them. I think it's page 18. So you can see it's designed from, this is the painting, and then she designed the pattern from that. I just think that's really cool. And I like the way it looks a lot. So I don't usually do things like this, but I'm going to do that. I'm going to do called for colors. I'm going to use DMC because I can see that there's a lot of confetti stitching, and I think that's going to be really cool. So that's what that magazine will be for. I think that was all in that one. And then in this one is September 1988. Does this one have the farm animals? This one had a lot of goodies, but first of all, I have this pillow. I don't know if my mother-in-law gave it to me or if I picked it up at a garage sale, but I definitely have that. Someone made it and I wound up with it, which is really nice. Oh, this was a really cute, like little mini sampler that they finished into a box. I thought that was really cute. That's not what I thought this one had in here. I am also going to do this butterfly. I love that. And I think I'm going to put that in my room because I'm adding some decor to my room that's blue and white. So I thought I would do the butterfly. And then I want to do this for next year, next fall. That's going to be one of my fall stitches. Love it. And oh, I love these apples. But that was really cool. And someone ripped something out, but fortunately they didn't rip out the patterns that I want. Well, I'll just show you the back. This is the main reason I got this one. This one I'm also stitching for my barn wall. So I'll have two. I don't have any cross stitch barns, so I thought that would be cool. I'll stitch that one. That one is a fall one, has pumpkins, but I don't care. I'll hang it up all year. So that and that little guy, this little one will go on the barn wall. So that's from that magazine. And then this one, I love this cover, although I don't like the outlining. Do you remember outlining your cross stitches with like black? Definitely had a moment in the late 90s. I don't like that. I don't like that look, but I guess you don't have to outline it, right? Okay, hold on a second. This had a Christmas pillow that I liked. See this little Christmas pillow. I thought that was cute. I have to find the barn animals because they're not going to be in here. This is a Christmas book. Hold on a second. Hold on. Before we move to Christmas, I need to find the barn animals. Sorry, a little chaotic here. I know they're here. I showed my husband. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Yes, got it. Okay. I am going to do some, not all, some of these animals. So I think I'm definitely going to do the sheep. I love the sheep. Even though I love cows, I don't love that cow. It's really not that cute. I love this bunny and I love this pig. And they are done in blue. It looks like black, but they're actually blue on white Aida. And I think I'm going to do it called for. It's one color, like 312 maybe. I might go for a brighter blue. I don't know. I have to see. But on white Aida. So those are another like coming up plan. Now we'll go to the Christmas one. I love the Santa. I may or may not do him. I love the deer. That's another thing. I love deer. And I love that he has a deer. So that's what drew me to him. But then, hold on a second. I thought this was darling. Look at that. Oh my gosh. These are so adorable. Look at that. So a little snowman. He says, I just want you to know that I love you. I mean, isn't that so cute? And then look, this little snowman is playing to the birds. This would be so cute in my bedroom because I have blue and white, or I'm moving blue and white in there, and I have bird stuff. So I was like, oh, that would be so cute. This I loved. Silent Night, Holy Night. And again, it's a deer. Love the trees there and the snowy. You know, I just thought that was really pretty. So I think I'm going to do that one. These will not all get done by Christmas, but there's just such good ones in here. I'm just going to show this to you too. Great. So I'm going to do that one. And I'll probably work on these throughout the year coming. But the reason I wanted this book, where's the picture that doesn't have the pattern? Hold on. Where is the picture? Ah, here it is. Okay. I guess I already showed you. The whole reason I got this book is I want to make a set of these. I think they're so cute. They stand up. Adorable. It's Mr. Claus, Mrs. Claus, and an elf. Ah, they are so cute. And you fill the bottom with like walnut shells or like beads, and then you fill the rest with fiber fill. So you want the bottom to be heavier. I just think they're so cute. Oh my goodness. I really want to get those. Those are what I'm going to work on first because I would love for those to be done. They're not going to be done. I would love to get Santa done in time for Christmas. It probably won't happen, but I'm going to try. So anyway, those are my plans for what's coming up. That's what I'm working on. I still haven't found that ornament, so hopefully I will. So thank you so much for spending some time with me. Welcome to Nicole Northgarden Stitches, and I will see you when I film another one. Hopefully, I'm shooting for probably like once or twice a month. That's gonna be my plan. If I get it done, which I'm hoping to get it done tonight, I will show this to you in my next video. And then I'll show you all my progress and all that good stuff. And maybe I'll actually get some of those ornaments done and find the sleigh. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.